Welcome back to New Bits with Vac and Vinnie. We are so glad you are here.
We certainly are.
Yes, we are. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, thanks for giving us a shot. We appreciate that a lot.
Very much appreciate it. We love having new people, and we love our regular listeners. And that brings me to my listener spotlight, if you don't mind, Vinny.
Absolutely.
I like to throw out hello to the Hit Boss, who we know is a regular. Yes. The Hit Boss, right? Who we know is a regular listener, viewer. And not only do I appreciate that, but he left me a comment on the last episode. And Hit Boss, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to see if I can work that in. That might be better, and I'll try that. Thank you, Hit Boss.
Thank you, Hit Boss. And I full disclosure, a very good friend of mine. And he comments on a lot of our videos. He watches every episode.
Thanks, Hit Boss. Appreciate it.
So for the rest of you out there, we appreciate you as well. We do have a great show for you. I have an idea, Vac. It's not really a bit. It's just an idea. Back when I was single, I would do this bit about how I think women are crazy. I think all women are insane, you know. It would start like this. It would start. It would go. You know what I've realized, and this kind of calls back what we were talking about last week when you came up with "Women Rule the World." I said, you know what I've realized in the few relationships that I've had. I've realized that all women are in charge. All women are in charge, and that would inevitably get applause, and it would be the women, yay! And I go, whoa. Cool it, ladies. It's not because you're smart. It's because we want to have sex with you. That's why. That's why you have all this power. Okay, so we basically give you it, but you're in control. Okay, and this was when I was single, and I go now. You want to know why all women are insane? Because absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. And I would go into this whole bit about how women are insane, and I would reference a lot of my past relationships, and sometimes while I was on stage, I would buddy, I've dated a lot of nuts. Like most of us, we've all dated nuts, okay? But it seems like for the majority of my life, it was nothing but psychos for the longest time. And I would do this whole bit about how women are insane, and I really believe that. But the older I get, and the older and the more the longer I live, I realize that, you know what? Out of the two sexes, women aren't the nuts one. Women aren't the ones that are insane. Men are insane. Men are. Listen, we have higher suicide rates. We have more serial killers are men. Men want to transition to women. Okay, it's if you were going to measure that, it would appear to me that we're the more insane ones because of the odds of the numbers. The differences. How many women serial killers are there? Women don't commit as many crimes as men.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That when you hear the serial killer on the loose, you don't even think about it. You know it's a man. But maybe that's because women drive us crazy because they're fucking nuts. Like maybe,
it's a loop.
Maybe that's the loop.
It's a loop. Yeah. Wait a minute.
What serial killers are men? Men commit more crimes.
See, that's funny right there that you actually realize that on stage. Wait a minute. Maybe men commit more crimes because women drive us nuts because they're nuts. Yeah.
Women drive us fucking crazy because you're crazy. Okay, that's it. Right. It's your fault. Yeah. Move on.
Well, I mean, what do you think about that premise? No, I think it's the men that are insane. I think more. Is there anything there at all?
I think so, because what you're stating is true. Like men commit more crimes.
Men commit more murders. Men are more serial
it's
killers.
Not even close.
More men commit suicide than women. And those are real numbers. And you know, and I think you have to be insane to kill yourself. I mean, you know, there's got to be something in your head. There's got to be a screw loose or something to. I mean, I've said, you know what, this just ain't worth it anymore. But I never considered, you know, checking out. You know.
Okay, when you just said you have to have a screw loose to want to kill yourself, I think there could be a joke there where you could say, I mean, the worst thing I ever did to myself was. Like, the worst thing I ever did to myself was.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Like, what could it be?
The worst thing I ever did.
I'm thinking, was I cut myself clipping my nails. The worst thing I ever did to myself was.
Yeah.
I think there's a funny line there that, you know, because you got to have a screw loose to want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's extreme. The worst thing I ever did to myself was. There's got to be a funny line.
It could, you know, like something
you could
little.
Say,
like,
either something.
You know. I mean, the worst thing I ever did to myself was actually having a conversation with an aftermarket warranty salesman on the phone. You know? Yeah.
As punishment. Yeah, like something like that.
Sitting through an entire episode something of like Malcolm and Eddie. You know.
Yeah. On purpose. Like, I did it on purpose.
That's as bad as I
punished myself. But that's as bad as I ever got. In the darkest moments of my life, when I thought, that's it, it's over, the worst thing I ever did was that. You know, so I actually spoke to an auto warranty salesman for an hour and a half as punishment. Like, that's as bad as I got.
Got a cavity filled without Novocaine. You know? I never did that. My brother did that once, though.
Oh, he's insane! Really?
Yes. Yeah. He didn't want to mess with the numbness afterwards. He said it was the dumbest thing he's ever done.
And the dentist did it for him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. See, you can't even imagine it, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an option.
Yeah.
And there's got to be another thing where I talk to an auto warranty rep for an hour and a half. Something that is not even, because I could almost see the no Novocaine thing.
Yeah.
Knowing it's torturous. Like, I could almost see someone going, I'm a bad person. No Novocaine, punish me. Yeah. But like, I got my ear pierced. Like something where it was painless. Like, that's the worst you've ever done.
Yeah. That's the worst.
You're too much of a pussy to kill yourself. Like,
yeah. Maybe that. Yeah.
Maybe the angle is you're too much of a pussy to do it.
Yeah, that takes a lot of bravery. Takes a lot of. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. You want to hurt yourself? Yeah.
I can't even imagine what could be so bad that I would,
Okay, I like the idea, but we're kind of straying from. Well, not straying from.
Yeah.
We're adding to it, maybe. The idea that men are crazier than women.
I've for the longest time, ever since, well, I mean, I guess not ever since, but for the longest time, I've thought about those jokes that I used to do, and the more I see about the stuff that men are doing, the more I think that women are not the insane ones. I think, I think if there was a study done, which I don't know, you'd see a large group of men from different walks of life and women from different walks of life, different countries, different whatever. I think the scale would be tipped to the men's side on the insane side. Yeah.
Okay. What about this? I'm just writing this down. Okay.
Right.
We all know that women are fucking nuts. But men are like macro crazy. Women are micro crazy. Like men will do those things like they'll be serial killers. They'll do shit that makes the news. Women are micro crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
They'll do shit that only their fucking husband knows about.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like, and nobody even believes them because they hear the stories and they go, "Oh, come on, she didn't do that." Yeah, she fucking did it.
Yeah, really.
Like, and they'll be nice in public, everybody. Oh, your wife's a doll.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe it's because
that's it.
Men shit is newsworthy. Men are newsworthy crazy. They'll do shit that makes the news. Women are private crazy, like micro crazy. They'll do shit that only a select few people know about. You know, like when you when you hear, oh, they arrested a serial killer. People go, yeah, fucking Larry. I knew he was nuts. But if you hear like a woman's getting a husband's leaving his wife, you go, why is he leaving her? She's a doll. I don't know. The guy must be out of his mind. Like, but you know, every day at home, he's dealing with that micro crazy shit.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
They're more like long term. They're more like
women
long-term
crazy. It's
torture,
like chipping away at a block of wood.
And better like for about a 5-year period, they're fucking crazy.
Just little micro
until they get caught.
Craziness. Chip, until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Men are macro crazy. Yeah. What men do, when men go insane, men do things that make the news. Right?
Men are macro crazy. Women are micro crazy.
Whatever. They'll 10 tri-state killing spree. Whatever. They'll set themselves on fire at a protest.
I'll stop. They'll do shit that gets them on forensics files.
Yeah.
Or one of those shows, that holy shit, they had, like you said, 3 states police were looking for this guy for 8 years. Women will do shit that you never even hear about, but it's just as devastating to that one guy.
All right, so a perfect place to go for this would be like little things, crazy things that women have done either to you or to me, that you can cite as examples.
Okay, examples. Okay.
Yeah.
My ex-wife would always leave the air conditioner on in the car when she shut it off. And you go to start it up, and like everything, the radio, the whole bit, right? And I would say to her, honey, when you do that, I think it wears out the alternator. Because instead of just starting just the engine, you're starting the air conditioning, the freaking radio, the wipers, everything starts. It drains the battery. So just turn everything off when you're done. Oh, okay. For 10 fucking years, she would leave that goddamn air conditioner on. It drove me crazy. I would leave notes. I would put a note. Honey, remember, please turn off the air conditioner, turn off the radio, turn off the wipers, turn off your... I saw the note, but it fell off when I was driving. I forgot. There were like 15 notes under the freaking seat. Like, I know she did it on purpose. I know she did it on purpose because she's not stupid. Like, it's stuff like that you would say, holy shit, lady, really? Like, well, my father never did that.
Really?
Okay. I don't know really what your dad, but I'm telling you, and she didn't do this, but I dated a girl. She would start her car, throw it right into gear, right, and then sit there and do the fucking makeup and chit chat. I go, what are you doing? What? Yeah. I go, leave it in park, let it warm up.
Yeah.
You could do all the freaking shit and the thing and talk and chit chat while it warms up. Then you put it in gear, like shit like that.
Yeah.
That's women crazy.
They're micro crazy. They do little things. It's like chipping away at a little block of wood. It's like, hey, little tiny. Doesn't make the news, but it drives one guy insane.
It drives that one guy nuts, and he becomes a serial killer.
He becomes a serial killer. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's a loop.
It's a loop. That's right. It's a goddamn loop.
And then he becomes a serial killer. Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. See, now it feels like there's something here. It was like I said, it was just.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if you can, like when you talk about, like you could say, you girls get together, you know what you're doing, you talk about it. Like something like, oh, you're not going to believe what he's upset at now. What? Well, I leave the air conditioning on in the car, and I the wipers were on because it was raining, and the radio's on to my favorite station. So when I start the car, it's all ready to go. And the girl's like, yeah, so what's wrong with that? He said something about a battery and a speculator or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying to drive you crazy, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I leave it on, right?
Yeah.
And the girls go, of course, leave them all on. Of course. He doesn't know. My husband said that for 7 years. He finally just quit. Oh, which reminds me, can you take me to the garage? I got to pick up my car. I need a new speculator. Like, you know what I mean? Like a speculator and a battery. Like, they don't even know what's alternating. Could you drop me off at the mechanic? I got to pick up my car. It needs a speculator and a battery and new wiper blades. Like they all do it. They're all fucking nuts. Like, do they have little meetings about? Do you girls have meetings about this? What what drives your husband crazy? He always asks me to, if I could, they would always do something that would, it's going to cost money if they keep doing it. Like something with the car, something with, I don't know, anything that's mechanical. They don't get. They don't get it. So you would think, being the husband, saying, honey, this is going to break down if you keep doing it, and a new one is $500. So if you would just stop doing that, we'll get more use. You try to explain it rationally. And she goes, then you just want to say to them, just do it because you know that I know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't understand it, just do it. Yeah. Like, can you just do that for me and save us money?
So in their head, they're nodding.
You know what I mean? Like,
but in their head, they go, no, I'm not going to do that. Who are you to tell me what to do? Yeah.
You still
hashtag me too.
You tell me. Hashtag me too, right, girls?
Racking my brain right now, trying to come up with examples, and I know there's a ton of them that I could use to, I used to date this one girl. I used to date this one girl who thought she was a good cook. Oh, I'm a great cook. Never ever looked at a recipe. Never used a measuring cup. Never used those little spoons or the teaspoons or tablespoon things. Just like and the joke I used to do was she thought she could eyeball a cup of sugar. She goes. I used to go. She knows. She thought she was a great baker. Thought she could, but she never followed a recipe. She never looked at a recipe. She never opened up a book. Thought she could eyeball a cup of sugar. She couldn't eyeball a cup of sugar. She could eyeball 2 grams of Coke. That's why I kept her around. She just, I'd take her on buys with me. She'd go, "Hey, pal, that's a little light." But she would like cook things for me, and it was always awful.
She couldn't.
And
I like that.
And she would be like, "Oh, isn't this delicious?" I go, "Wait." And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. It's great. Yeah, it's great. It's terrible." Yeah. But that's crazy. That's crazy not to ever look at a recipe or think that you just know.
You see,
Baking
the
baking
so what?
is a formula.
Yeah,
If you don't get that formula right, you know, you got to put in exactly this much sugar. You got to put in exactly this much salt or this much baking powder and this blah 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 milk or things don't turn out right. Baking is a formula. Yeah, it's insane.
and that's
See, you know
insane,
what? That's
right?
insane.
So it's a loop
That's
again. It's a
insane.
loop,
It's
everybody.
a loop.
So
It's a
she would
loop.
say, "It's good, isn't it?" Or it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah. Why would I say yeah
Yeah.
to that? Because I want to get laid. It's the only reason.
Yeah.
I would drive home and
Yeah.
get Taco Bell just to wash it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just to
Yeah.
wash
Right.
it, just to flush it
Taco
out.
Bell.
So
Yeah.
okay, and
Yeah.
then she would say,
Yeah.
maybe you tried to lay the hint that she should start measuring shit. Yeah, you know how they was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
watching cooking there. Why don't you ever use like measuring cups and all that? Oh God, no! Oh my God, what do I look like, an amateur? These are my
Exactly.
grandmother's recipes
Exactly.
from the old country. They don't use measuring
Yeah.
cups
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
old country. Like, okay, all right, but we live here. Like, in
That's right.
America, maybe you could, maybe I'm just curious.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
don't like my
Yeah.
cooking. I love it. Love it. I just want, it's really great that you can just
Yeah.
measure it. Like without, like maybe you try to lay the hint.
I'm just suggesting because I got them. I got measuring cups. I got them. They're right here. They're right here. Oh, you know what? And I got these books, these cookbooks here. What are you making? You're making cupcakes? I got a cupcake recipe. Oh no way.
No way.
I don't need that.
I yeah, like she's just in, like you broached the subject of measuring cups, and
Yeah.
she said,
Yeah.
"Oh no!" First, oh God, no, oh God, these are my grandmother's recipe from the old country. I
Yeah.
watched her for
Yeah.
years make this stuff. I know this is
Yeah.
exactly the way she made it.
Yeah.
Like, really, your grandmother from France made this? You know, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
just like this?
just like
Yeah.
this, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a deli-
Hey, what if you?
it's a delicious pancake. That's a souffle. Oh,
That's a
okay.
souffle, a hamburger.
Yeah. It's a
What if?
hamburger.
I mean, I don't know how far you want to go with this, but what if you decided? What if you said, "Honey, what is this called?" And think of a dish. Look up a dish
Yeah.
for dinner. Let's say it's a breakfast dinner. Look up a
Yeah.
dish, and she made it, and it looked delicious in a cookbook, but it was horrible. What if one day you said to her, "Hey, honey, I'm going to make dinner
Yeah.
tonight." Oh, okay. And you made that dish from the cookbook, and it was fabulous.
Right. Yeah. That's an idea.
And she tasted it and went, "Oh God, honey, I love you, but please, where'd you get this recipe from?" Like, and you go, from the.
Really?
I just watched you. I
Yeah.
guess I get,
Really? Yeah.
like, and it was like delicious. Like you made whatever this dish is, you
Yeah.
made it, and it was delicious.
What
And
is?
she was just like, "Tuh, tuh. Oh my God, honey,
Yeah.
I love you, but really,
Yeah.
you would serve
are you
this to
doing?
me?"
Go get me some Taco Bell.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a taco.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
like
Right.
everything was perfect, but she couldn't. Her
Yeah.
taste was just cuckoo.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what it needs. It needs it needs like a couple of examples of nutty things, but tiny micro things that those do that are insane. But you want to know something, buddy? I think now that you mentioned it, I think that talking about the loop, maybe the premise isn't. I think men are more insane. I think the premise is neither one of us are insane. The truth is we both. I mean, the truth is we make each other insane. Don't believe me? But there's more men that are serial killers. There's
Yeah.
more men that commit suicide. But but women are, what men do is what is it? What do you say? Macro crazy. But macro crazy. It makes the
Macro
news.
crazy.
You know,
it
what
makes
men
the
do
news.
that are insane, you know, it gets on the news. But what women do, you know, nobody else hears about, but that dude actually goes insane. Who goes insane and then takes out a
There's one
shopping
guy.
mall, you know. Right. Yeah.
It's every day she does the same little thing. He's asked her to stop and she won't stop. It's every day. Until one day he takes out a whole mall and a bus stop. Because he's had enough. You read his manifesto. They found his manifesto. It just said she never turned the fucking air conditioning off in the car. All I wanted to do, 8.5 years, that bitch never turned off the air conditioner.
Yeah.
She never opened out one cook. I got a whole library full of cookbooks. They're brand new. She never touched one. I asked her one time, how do you know it's a cup of sugar? And she was, I just know. I got diabetes. I got diabetes from this woman.
And to make it even more.
So what do the men do that drive the women? I mean, is it something that we do to them, or is it just results in us becoming a fucking serial killer? And we're on 2 episodes of Forensic Files.
We forget an anniversary.
Why did he do it? Oh, he was married for 12 years.
We forget a Valentine's Day, or we forget, or God forbid, a birthday. You know, yeah. So that turns into her doing micro crazy stuff, which turns him into macro crazy stuff.
Christ.
You know, it just builds and loops and never ends. And so the answer to the question, the eternal question, who's crazier?
It just builds. It builds.
We make each other crazy. Yeah. That's the angle. Right there. Yeah. We make each other crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I just got to write this down. Forget a birthday. Yeah, I like stuff like this, which pretends to solve a problem that's really not there. You know, I mean, we all know that relationships, they make us crazy. You know, that's how you know you found the right person, when your crazy syncs with their crazy, because we're all a little nuts. You know, I love bits like that pretend to solve a problem, and people are in the audience going, yeah, that's it. You know, men aren't crazy, women aren't crazy. We make each other crazy. Yeah. Pretty good, buddy.
Yeah.
See, just a little premise, and now it's got it's got some legs to it, man. See, now this is one of those bits that I know I'm gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna have to write it out. And, because you want hit this point for the punchline, and then do the punchline. Yeah. This is something I'm going to have to sit out and write. And I don't normally do that, Vac. I don't normally write out bits. I usually try to find it on stage. I try to experience, but every so often I'll come up with something and I'll go, no, this has to be written out. And I may not stick to it. I may not stick to the script, per se.
Yeah.
But I need to outline it in a way. Okay, this point.
Right.
Yeah. That's cool, buddy. I didn't think there was anything here. Yeah. It's what we do.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Vac.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Yeah. Thanks again for listening. We really, really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. That really helps our visibility. And leave us a review. We
appreciate it very much.
Any ideas for the bits that Vac and I are working on, or if you just want to let us know what you think of the show, newbitspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks so much for being here. Vac, I really appreciate this, man. This gives me hope
everybody.
for this premise. It was just an idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an idea.
That's
and we're flexing our comedy muscles, That's important.
Thanks again. See you online, brother.
Okay, see you, Vinny. Take care, everybody.